Rise and shine, Emperor. That one was, what, 9 hours? You certainly deserved it after conquering the fucking planet. Europe and Asia, you made them your bitch by dropping a little whoopsie here and there. But your finest work, by far, was Wakanda. Originally the first ever civilization, their relationship with the earth afforded them elemental magic, a geographically giant variety of black race blessed with uncountable natural resources and anatomically really big feet of all sizes. So how did you cleverly own them? Well, your general suggested bombs, but as a fellow packer yourself, all you did was turn the natives against each other. Good old divide and conquer, and the rest is history. Now you're 60. Times are changing. Countries want their independence, United Nations is a thing on paper, but under no circumstance must Wakanda reclaim their true potential. So how do you low-key dominate a people under the guise of freedom? Remove the idea in your head that your target is a collection of people. Society literally means groups of people in relation with one another, but you will not get very far unless you see them as one individual who comprises all of their qualities. One is whole and the whole is one, so change your approach. The better question is, how do you dominate one Wakandan? For example, if you have a set of bullies you can't handle, think instead, how do I fuck up one asshole? Dominating the collective becomes easier. Got it? Good. You're a clever emperor and a packer, remember? Now we've reduced their entire population to one. You must never let him be bored, for he will remember that his heart is the key to his identity. So keep him stimulated. With what, you ask? Good question. Everything. Group him with hundreds of unfamiliar tribes, so he will always be looking over his shoulder. Fear is the biggest stimulant. Fuck a career, every sentient being has self-preservation as the reason it does anything. Fear of tribal invasion, fear of dictatorship from a foreign ethnic government, fear of another solo fucking album by Yemi Alade. Bro, at this point, maybe Johnny does not want to be found. They will fight for authority to the death, which you need. Anything to keep their gaze far away from you. And if power does not do it for him, perhaps pleasure will. Show me a race that's packing and I will show you their weakness. Talk about slapping a big fat use here sign on his feet. Sell promiscuity to his women under a misguided sense of equality and watch him happily allow lust overthrow integrity. Wherever he turns, surround his line of sight with all manners of obscenity. If he is not outside, then put it inside. If it is not inside, then put it in his pockets. Thousands of dopamine released by the second until his resolve is broken and you become a god over his senses, raising his future generations until Generation Alpha literally cannot do without you or trust their own minds because you would have created an artificial intelligence that will think for them so that words like culture will eventually become folklore. A friend of mine the other day shared with me a message that he was sent about time travel that I found particularly intriguing, and it goes thus. Nigerians highly regard going overseas, time travel, as the aim, which is weird as this is home. The issue here is like that of a teenager growing up in constant comparison with much older distant fifth cousins in the West, which in fact is not in the same time dimension. The truth is in our developmental cycle, we are in America of 1838. However, because we easily time travel to the West, 2023, it tends to be confusing as we also import some of the practices and technology, which causes further disruption. The idea of our own developmental path never quite sets in as it's oddly not allowed because people forward in time look back to ensure we are spinning instead of moving forward. This is no excuse since India found a way to increase value. It may be because they recognized they were in the 1800s and needed to punch holes through time and space via education, something indestructible by the West. So the first solution, of course, is recognizing this is not 2023. Reading this got me thinking of the various forms of spirituality that urge man to ask himself, who am I? But here's why I'm not a big fan of that question. Perhaps the reason Nigerians can't seem to fix itself is because we are not even here. Many of us live instead through our opinions about here, and the universe obviously rewards us with conditions that reaffirm those beliefs. Igbos are stingy, Northerners are lazy, policemen are corrupt, Yoruba men cheat. Well, that last one, well, you know, maybe. It works just like internet algorithms. The more attention you give anything, the more you keep receiving similar experiences. The emperor weaponizes your attention to strengthen all your past trauma and future uncertainties, firmly keeping you from the ultimate timeless where development is possible. A child has unlimited energy, and his secret is he is nowhere else but here. So perhaps the better question is actually, where am I? And the only correct answer is always here. Or here. Here. Shit. Wherever your POV is, drown the noise, clear your cache, and treat everyone with good faith and see how differently life goes for you. Nigerians, enter Nigeria. Igbos, Northerners, Packers and non-Packers alike. The omnipresence of God is your key to time travel.